What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again for another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And of course, today's episode is sponsored by good old RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we get all our news articles, podcasts, and majority of our latest episodes are on here. And even past episodes, I literally made it easy for you guys to catch up if you're falling behind. And of course, if you're listening to all alternative platforms, shout out to everybody on good old Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Shout out to you. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. And if you're on YouTube right now, hit the like button on the way in and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, of course, today is good old Money Monday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the day we forget about tail and think about them dollars. Ah, yeah. Now, before I begin today's episode, I kind of want to apologize for being ghost. Oh, yes. Your boy took some time off for the past week. You haven't seen any uploads. There obviously was an incident that occurred in my personal life where a family member passed away. So your boy had to take some time off. And, of course, I did some reflecting on whatnot, all that stuff. But your boy is back, your boy's energized, and it is what it is. Now, of course, on today's Money Monday, I really don't know what to say about you guys. Today's episode, how the successful have fallen. And let me play that soundbite again. Now, I don't understand some of you individuals when you guys have the ability to make that cash, make that dollar, you still end up screwing up and dropping the bag. I don't know what to say. Seriously, I really don't know what to say. It's sad. Now, today we have two stories on the roster where successful individuals lost their, not only their reputation, but their position of, I like to call it position of power, because when you're successful, I believe you have power. Now, these two individuals in these two stories had the power, and they lost it for tail. Yeah, we're going to be playing that soundbite a lot today because I feel it's needed because y'all not using your brains. Now, first, these two stories actually took place in Canada, so shout out to Canada. Anyway, first story. Our mayor, Toronto Mayor John Tory, announces his resignation. Yep. But basically, I'm going to let Mr. Tory speak for himself. And of course, we got a video, but of course, we're going to have to invoke our good old fair use. Now, where's our fair use yet? We haven't used fair use in a while. But of course, we have to use fair use just in case. Shout out to Global News for this story. And where is my fair use? There we go. Expert to copyright material will be quoted verbatim for the purpose of criticism, teaching, reporting, and research what any permission needed or payment to the copyright holder. Shout out to go fair use. Now let's roll the film. Hopefully we have it queued up with no ad.
I will step down as mayor so that I can take...
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
I will step down as mayor so that I can take the time to reflect on my mistakes.
John Tory's shocking resignation has set off a chain of political dominoes. Deputy Mayor Jennifer McKelvey is a city councillor for Scarborough Rouge Park. She will now step in for Tory as the next steps unfold.
Jennifer McKelvey stands out as an experienced, capable, collegial, hard-working member of council.
Now, I just noticed something here. Y'all still wearing masks? Anyway, continuing.
Hard-working member of council.
Well, success will be based on ridership.
Normally, the city could put in a placeholder, but that changed with the installation of the Strong Mayor's legislation. Those steps include Tory filing his resignation papers with the city clerk.
Have a good night, everybody.
Then City Council at the next meeting slated for February 15th, their elected officials would have to declare the seat vacant, starting the 60-day timer on when a by-election could be held.
But she's just exceptional in terms of her ability to work with others.
McKelvey is expected to challenge for the top job in the city, but has yet to announce her intention. Another Tory ally, Brad Bradford, could also make a potential bid. But we do know of at least one person throwing their name in the race for sure.
If there's an election, as I assume there will be, I would be running again. Torontonians, we have an opportunity to elect a mayor that will be committed to working for everyone.
Other names, including former Premier Kathleen Wynne, have been bandied about, but she told Global News that she's not interested. The most heavily rumored name to run is Councillor Josh Matlow. But Matlow says he has other pressing issues on his mind right now.
My focus right now is on the budget, which is only in a few days, and those conversations continue.
The budget isn't passed given the Strong Mayor's legislation. It could lead to the city facing challenges to spend money. But Matlow admits conversations are continuing.
I believe that the city needs to go in a better direction. I want it to be more affordable. I want there to be more.
Okay, we don't really need to know all that, but I don't know. Shout out to John Tory. Fumbling the bag. Fumbling the bag. Now, if you don't know about this story, we're going to get into it. Now, I personally met John Tory in person. I guess that's what personally means. But anyway, very nice guy. So no shade on his name at all. But what I don't understand, now we're going to get into the story. So then I'll make my comment. So starting. Voters in Toronto will be returning to the polls just months after October's municipal election to vote on a successor for Mr. Tory. In a shocking move Friday night, Tory, who has been the mayor since 2014. Now that has been, I'm going to give him a round of applause, honestly. He's been a great mayor for Toronto. He's been very, very into, like, he basically was Toronto. Like, he would be on the news, shout out to CP24. He would be on the news every morning answering questions. He loved the spotlight. He basically has a glowing resume. He used to, I think he was with Rogers as well, which is a telecommunications company here in Canada. But he has a glowing resume. And he really cared about Toronto. He really cared about the city. Now, the reason why he fumbled the bag is because he let his Johnson do the walking. Which for some reason y'all fellas can't keep it in your pants. Now, he's a married man, obviously, but here's the deal. Now, I've said this in several of my videos. If you are going to fornicate with any nice young tail out there, because we all need a recharge now and again, why the hell would you do it under your own roof? Why y'all fornicating at your job? I don't understand. Now, there could have been a better way to handle this. Well, obviously, not have the affair at all. But also, if you are going to have an affair, be smarter. Don't have it under your roof. It never works out. Never ish where you eat. I said that so many times. Y'all don't listen, and this what happens. Anyway, continuing. Tory said the relationship did not meet the standard for which I hold myself as mayor and a family man. Now, of course, he fornicated with an individual. I don't know if you got the gist of it, but that's basically what happened. According to Tory, the relationship began during the scamdemic when he and his longtime wife were spending lengthy periods apart. Tory said he was stepping out in order to reflect on his mistakes and to work to rebuild the trust in his family. Now, apparently they've been married for a good 40 years, so yeah. It's not a matter of if it's a matter of when. Now, again, I'm not going to say I'm against marriage, but, you know, I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, continuing. Where's my spot? There we go. The revelation will leave Toronto without a mayor it elected in October, and this was like not too long ago. And the expense of another election in the expense of another election in the near future. Now, how does resignation process work? Now, this is probably the first time a mayor actually resigned in Ontario, as far as I know, or in Toronto, I mean. While Tory announces his plans to resign at a hastily scheduled news conference on Friday, the official process is more complicated. He must send a letter of resignation to Toronto City Clerk, which will allow the city's council to act in a matter of this next meeting. Yada, yada. We don't need to know all that. Now, there's almost 2 steps in resignation. Is there anything else we need to do here? Okay, there's about the election. Now, here's the thing. Now, we have some alleged breaking news, and this is alleged, and I'm actually still looking for the documents because this is obviously still floating in the wind, and I don't want to post this online, especially in this video, especially if I don't have the cold, hard facts. Pause. But word on the street is that the individual that he fornicated with was 31 years young. Oh, yes, he went to the junior college and got him some fresh tail. Shout out to him. Anyway, so apparently she was 31 years of age, and the reason why he stepped down was because they ended up going on a Euro trip during lockdown time. Yes, when everybody was told to wear face condoms and stay in your house, to be afraid of you-know-what, this individual and this 31-year-old ended up going to Europe and spending 50 grand of tax-paying dollars on the trip. Now, of course, this is all alleged, and once I get the cold, hard facts, I will do an update video on that. But that's basically the word on the street. And several resources have came up with the same info. But unless I see it in print, that is the only way I'm going to put it here on the channel. So, of course, we're labeling this as good old alleged. Bruh. Yeah, good old alleged. So, basically, this leaves Toronto in a little bit of a predicament because we don't have it. Well, we have an acting mayor right now, which is Tory. He hasn't stepped down yet because, as it says here, there are different procedures that has to go through. But now it kind of makes you wonder why he decided to step down. Now, and this is all alleged, obviously. Could it be that this nice young tail decided to put the pressure on him? We don't know that. It could be. It might have been leaked out. Maybe some people found out and we're going to leak it out to the press unless he got in front of it. Like, there's a number of things that could have transpired for him to actually take this approach. Or maybe it could be true. Maybe he is an honorable individual and he does want to step in front of it because he is a man of ethics and a man of morals. Now, you could say what do you want. Yes, he did fornicate. He did commit adultery. But at the end of the day, he is a human being. Human beings have needs. So I'm not going to hold it against him. I still hold him at the highest of morals and values. So maybe that's why he stepped in front of it. But then again, you just never know. But I have to give him the buzzer. I honestly do. I have to give him the buzzer. Reason being is because why would you fornicate at work and fumble the bag? Like, you've been a successful, a staple, as you will, a staple of this great city of ours, and you end up throwing it away for a piece of tail. Kind of sad, but anyway. Next story. Now, this is another one where this individual decided not only to fumble with the bag, but to end up making an ass of himself. Now, I did mention with the whole Tory situation, he could have actually had a certain arrangement with individuals if he wanted to get that venom out. He could have went on Seeking, or he could have went on any sort of site. Had a girl on payroll. I'm not endorsing it, but you know what? When you go on the dark side, that's what the people on the dark side do. Listen, come on. It's been going around for decades and centuries with harems and concubines. What do you think those came from? But anyway, now this individual did just that, but he handled it completely wrong. Now, the thing is, if you're going to go on the dark side and you're going to have a girl for pleasure purposes, for entertainment purposes only, you can have feelings. You cannot have feelings towards it. Your only objective is to release the Kraken. Yes, release the Kraken and move on with life. Release the venom and keep on your grind. But this individual failed that. Buzzer for him. Ontario lawyer is filing... He literally filed a $229 million lawsuit against his sugar baby he was obsessed with. Are you kidding me? Oh, good Lord. Anyway, let's get into this. Honestly, $229 million. I don't know. An Ontario lawyer who filed a $229 million lawsuit against his former sugar baby for alleged fraud has his case dismissed after the court found he'd become obsessed with the young woman when she attempted to end their arrangement. So not only, is this guy actually, is his name actually in this article? Is his name here? Oh, good Lord. Are you kidding me? His name is here. Oh, good Lord. Anyway. So not only his case is dismissed and he ain't got no sugar baby, but his career is a mockery as well. Anyway, let's continue with the article. I'm going to butcher this name. Asmat Sai is now facing disciplinary proceedings by the Law Society. Oh, good Lord. To determine whether his actions constitute professional conduct. So not only you ain't got no sugar baby, you've been embarrassed on the media, you're going to be disciplined now, and you had your case dismissed. That's 4 strikes. I gave him an extra one. In 2016, Mr. Sai, 30, met 18-year-old, University of Ottawa student. Shout out to University of Ottawa. On a dating site called Seeking Arrangements. Wait, what is this? Oh, this ad just popped up. Described as a premier dating website for sugar babies and sugar daddies, according to the court documents. The documents state the woman who CTV News, shout out to CTV News, has chosen to identify herself as KJ, agreed to keep Mr. Sai company virtually. Oh, God. So you weren't even smashing this? You weren't even smashing this young piece of tail? So you fumbled the bag for virtuality. Oh, God. Fumbling the bag. Again, how the successful have fallen for tail. Virtually? Anyway. She would listen to his stresses and provide him friendship. And Mr. Sai would assist her with her expenses. Wait, what? She would listen. Isn't this like a therapist? AKA the rapist? Listen, if you spell therapist, it looks like the rapist. Anyway. So this actually looks like a therapist. Why didn't you just get a damn therapist? It would have been cheaper. Hell, it's virtual. You ain't getting no tail, so why would even anyway? To each his own, I guess. There was no discussion of a regular dating relationship for this time, KJ said in a sworn affidavit submitted to the courts. We agreed upon an arrangement where I would not seek other sugar daddies. Oh my God, he wanted prime. Bruh. He wanted prime exclusivity to a virtual relationship. Really? Anyway. Oh boy. We agreed on an arrangement where I would not... Okay, I read that part already. He decided to send me gifts in exchange for extensive conversations and photographs. Okay. However, January's decision details that Mr. Sai soon claimed he was in love with KJ. Oh, jeez. Listen, artists have sang about this. You don't get in love with a stripper. You don't fall in love with a stripper. I don't know. Anyway. He would often talk about his future and his future he would have liked to have with me, KJ said in an affidavit. I would entertain his fantasies I would entertain his fantasies as it was what he wanted out of the relationship. KJ states in her account she saw no red flags during the first year of the arrangement, but after meeting, okay, so they actually met in person for the first time, and they only met once. Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway. They met once, I guess, to arrange the arrangement. But anyway. And this guy got no tail. You fellas sometimes make no sense to me. Anyway. So and she claims he pushed her to... Okay, anyway, we don't need to know that. Nearly 5 years... This was going on for 5 years! Bruh. Oh my God. So nearly 5 years after the first two connected online, Mr. Sai filed a $229 million lawsuit, 340-page paragraph lawsuit against KJ and her family. Why her family? Claiming that she had deceived him and defrauded him out of money. No, sir. You're taking that L. You had an arrangement. She fulfilled that arrangement. How is that defrauding anybody? You're talking your nonsense. You're talking your nonsense, falling in love with a sugar baby, and now you be salty. I don't know. While Mr. Tsai claimed was dismissed in January by the Justice of the Peace, who deemed it abuse of process, of course, $229 million? And you literally made a lawsuit with a 340 like, that's a little excess. That's a little salty to me. Anyway. Legal experts and advocates say the lawsuit was an emblematic of the attitude and entitlement over sugar babies at Squirtum and will face intimidated. Okay, yeah, we don't need to know that. So apparently describe the virtual, these ads here. So the virtual relationship, it was in the weeks after the two met after dinner in Ottawa where KJ alleged Mr. Tsai began to behavior began to make her feel unsafe. Now, here's the thing, though. If you felt unsafe, then why did you continue with the relationship? Now, I know he was probably paying you well, and maybe you found it as a kink. I don't know. This is all alleged. But if you felt unsafe, then why the hell did you continue? Anyway. At the beginning of 2017, Mr. Tsai became possessive and would interrogate KJ about who she was spending her time with. He threatened to ruin her reputation. Oh, that's an L. And would call her harsh names as 304, aka whore. The decision states, adding that KJ subsequently became very anxious. In 2018, KJ attempted to sever all connections. So she waited a year to sever all connections with the lawyer, blocking him from all social media accounts. And the decision states, and started making up excuses to avoid spending time with the man. Well, you could have just basically said, this arrangement ain't going to work out. We're done. But I don't know. She lied to him, stating that she couldn't meet him on 2 occasions. First, because she'd broken her leg, and another, she was diagnosed and was, what? Oh, good Lord. Seriously? And another, she had been diagnosed and was being treated for cancer, which both were not true. Anyway, KJ stated during proceedings that these excuses were untrue. She had not been diagnosed with cancer, but she said them in an effort to not. Oh, so basically, she tried to avoid him. On numerous occasions, I said I was no longer interested in talking to him if he was going to be. Wait, hold on a second. On numerous occasions, I said I was no longer interested in talking to him if there was no benefit for me, KJ said. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold the phone. Hold on a second. If there was no benefit for me? Okay. So maybe after he tried avoiding her, or she tried avoiding him, he maybe decided not to pay anymore, and that's when I don't know. This story's all over the place. But anyway. But the court alleged Mr. Tsai refused to cease communication using fake accounts. This is an L. This is basically stalking. So apparently he had several accounts to contact KJ, her family, friends, mother's professional colleagues, mother's professional clients, and new boyfriend. This man's obsessed. This man is obsessed. Wow. Okay, this is pretty long. We're not going to go through this whole thing, but anyway. But this is just telling you this is just telling you how this individual obviously is making money. He's obviously making, and of course we have a seeking arrangements flyer here. Anyway, shout out to them. Now, what's this guy's name? Let me see if I can actually, you know what? We're going to do a search. We're going to do a search right now. Hold on a second. We're going to see if what this man looks like. Maybe there's a photo of him. Let's see if we can actually find a photo of him. Let's see. Maybe we can find something. We're going to do some covert ops. Oh, wait. Let's see if there's a photo. Well, apparently he's still... Wait, hold on a second. Now, is this the same person? Oh, wow. Okay, we stumbled on something. It looks like there's actually a case against him with the Law Society. Oh, boy. So this actually has to do with misconduct. And it's actually, oh, boy. Yeah, we're definitely going to do, an update if anything transpired on this, because I find this very interesting. So this literally went towards the tribunal. Now, what this means is that he could actually lose his license to practice in Ontario. Wow, that is bad. Like, honestly, all for a piece of tail? Are you kidding me? Like, is he even worth it? Does he have a photo? That's what I'm trying to find. Is this him? I wonder if this is actually him. Is this him? I think this might be him, ladies and gentlemen. I think we found him. This is him here. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Now, allegedly, he does look like he may be an incel. I don't know. I really don't know. This is alleged. This is alleged. But honestly, he kind of looks like the type. He kind of looks like the type that would be obsessive. I don't know. I just kind of get that vibe. But why would you fumble the bag like that? Like, it makes no sense. Anyway. So, again, this is actually, yep, this is definitely, let's go here. I don't know what this is. So this actually, oh, this is actually, wow, this has been transcribed in Chinese as well. Yeah, his reputation is pretty much done now. His rep is pretty much done. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely him. Anyway. Yep, there we go. So, yeah, there we go. We have a link here. So, this is definitely him. And, of course, he claims on this article, and it was actually Reddit, he claims he was scammed. No. Bruh. You weren't scammed, sir. You had an arrangement. This is the arrangement that you had. If you can't handle the dark side, then basically you shouldn't go there. Yeah, there's a lot of, yeah, this is definitely him. So yeah, we put a face to the story here. This is him. Sugar Daddy loses his lawsuit. Yeah, so this is him here. Wow. I really don't know what to say, man. Honestly. Yeah, we're going to have a moment of silence for his career at this point. All for a piece of tail. All for a piece of tail. A piece that good. And we're going to do one more. And there we go. Y'all be fumbling the bag out here, guys. Honestly. Anyway. Well, hopefully you guys learn from this. Hopefully you learn from this, because it makes no sense when you have success. Focus on yourself. Focus. Wait, is there another thing here? Oh, this is the same. Yeah, this is the same thing. I thought there was an actual video. I thought they were going to talk about it. Apparently not. But anyway, okay. I thought he was going to give his take on. Okay, anyway. We don't need to see that. But yeah, fellas. I don't want to police your Johnson, but I think you should be policing your own Johnson. Don't fumble the bag for tail. And if you are going to indulge in that sweet, sweet, good seeking, make sure you can handle it. Make sure you can keep your Johnson and your brain separate. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's Money Monday. I just thought I had to say this because you know what? There's so much opportunities out there to make money and y'all be screwing up. Anyway, shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we have our news articles and most of our videos are up here as well. So if you're falling behind, especially on our Money Monday series, we got it all here for you for your viewing pleasure. If you're listening on alternative platforms, shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Shout out to you and hit the follow button on the way out if you haven't already. Round of applause for you. And if you're on YouTube right now, hit the like button on the way out and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next Monday. Later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. And to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left. And to check out our playlist, check here on the top right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.